real speakers, real coaches, real investors, real companies. No matter your destiny, all roads lead to Real Leaders Unite.
I'm Tracy Graziani from Graziani Multimedia, and my title is the Geek Executive Officer. And our mission is to help sustainable businesses and impact businesses to scale and grow, and we do that through marketing and sales enablement. We have really, the B Corp assessment, I'm sure a lot of people have said this, really helps you to frame that. I really felt like we were doing lots of things before I went through that and realized, wow, I've never thought about this and I've never thought about that. And so, of course, there's like a million dimensions to it, but the very first thing that really was sort of in my heart and mind when I started the business was to create a workplace. I was really thinking about the people piece of it, and I wanted to create a workplace where people could do work that they were proud of and that had an impact in the world, and then that has an impact in your life. You spend so much of your time at work, and I had been back and forth in my career before I started a company. I'd been back and forth between nonprofit and for-profit sector, and I never could find a place where I felt like I could just say that everything about my work was doing good. There were bits of harm that showed up even when I worked in nonprofits, and I was kind of disillusioned with that. And I thought, there's gotta be a better way, right? And I always felt like there's things that businesses could learn from nonprofits and things that nonprofits could learn from business. And then, of course, I stumbled on this idea of a B Corp, and I was like, oh, this is the thing, right? This is the answer. And I, in my previous work, really learned the value of how, building brand and community and all of those things are important to growing your cause, not just your bottom line. And so I thought, well, marketing can be kind of creepy and sales can be kind of creepy when it's done poorly. But if we worked with companies that make a difference, it could be so much fun. There would be the opportunity for exponential impact, right? And so to me, that's what's exciting about what we do is although it would be lovely to found one of the many companies that we work with, right? By working with all of these companies that do really cool things in the world, we're amplifying the impact of so many. And so we get to see so many different impacts in so many different sectors, and that's really fun and it's exciting. And, we don't hate Mondays at Graziani Multimedia. We are excited to do the things we do, and we love watching our clients grow. Services businesses are hard. All businesses are hard for different reasons, by the way. Our manufacturers will tell you manufacturing is hard. Our tech companies will tell you tech is hard. It's all hard in different ways. What's fun for us is that we've been growing, which is great. What's challenging about that is we want to continue to grow in a way where we can still deliver really high quality of service to our clients. And so I think that's the challenge for us is as we add people, we want to preserve our culture and preserve and hopefully even improve on the quality of what we get to deliver to all of our clients. So we're growing, which is great. We just want to make sure it keeps growing in the right direction. So why did I come? I probably am supposed to say that I came because there were these great speakers and all of these things, but actually I think the main reason I really wanted to come is that I've been a member of the Impact Collaborative for quite some time, and so I have all these really great friends and colleagues that I've met through the collaborative that I only knew as a box on Zoom. And so I was really excited to sit down and break bread and hug and, be with these people face to face in person. So I think that was the biggest motivator for me actually, was to meet my friends in real life. But the bonus is now I've made so many more friends and great business connections too. It's not just about the social bit. We've met lots of really cool people doing really neat things in the world. And I'm sure that the output of this will not just be that I go back like encouraged and inspired and all of that, but I'll probably, see growth in my business as a result. Yeah, so when they started the forum, someone from Real Leaders reached out and said, hey, we're starting this thing and we're going to try to make these groups, a good cross-section of people by race and gender and all of these things and their impact leaders. And I'm in a lot of different business groups, but I don't get to spend a lot of time with other impact CEOs. I certainly know people in that space, but I didn't have that kind of a network or that kind of a community in that tangible way that you get by being a part of the forum. And so I was like, yeah, let's do this. I didn't really know what I was signing up for, but I figured it was going to be good. And it has been. And it's, every group is different. And what I like about the Real Leaders groups is that we actually are from different industries, but we have the common thread of there's a shared understanding that, we want to put the people and the planet first and that the profits will follow. And I have a hard time having those conversations in other business groups. People kind of like the sound of it, but they're not actually really interested in that. So when you talk about a challenge in your business and they're like, oh, well, I've got this really great hack and you can like cut your health insurance prices by this much and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, but doesn't that like hurt your employees, And I don't have to have those kind of conversations in an impact forum. I have people who are like, oh, I have this really great way where you can help your employees, So it's a different kind of shared understanding that is wonderful. It's refreshing and it helps you be a better leader. Yeah, I think what's really great about Real Leaders is that it is a place where I'm getting something different from what's everywhere else. And so in the magazine, on the podcast, I'm hearing and reading and experiencing stories about things that I care about and that inspire me and that maybe challenge me to think about my own work in different ways. And the rest of the business publications, they all start to kind of look the same, And so it's unique, it's different. I'm definitely going to hear something that's not the same thing I've heard a million times over. And I find that really wonderful.
All roads lead to Real Leaders Unite.